Welcome back. Today, we're embarking on a massive visual tour of the month's most striking scientific imagery. We're talking a journey of scale that literally stretches from the invisibly small all the way out to the unfathomable vastness of the universe. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Think about it. What connects a deadly virus, a glowing marine gel, and a Martian helicopter? Well, to figure that out, we're going to systematically zoom out. We'll start way down in the hidden microscopic world and then pull all the way back to the deep cosmos.
Act 1. The hidden and the microscopic.
We're starting with a pretty stark reminder of the invisible threats sharing our world. Take the chilling end to the MV Hondius cruise ship. On May 11th, the very last passengers disembarked in Tenerife, that's in Spain's Canary Islands, under just devastating circumstances. During the trip, 3 travelers tragically passed away, and at least 8 more were infected by a terrifying hantavirus outbreak. A lot of those survivors are actually still in strict isolation right now. It really shows you how fast a microscopic pathogen can completely upend human lives.
But what makes this specific outbreak so incredibly concerning? It's the timeline. 40 days. Hantavirus is super rare and honestly pretty poorly understood. Current research suggests it can incubate for over a month, up to 40 days, before producing even a single symptom. It's like a hidden biological ticking clock that public health officials have to try and navigate.
Sticking with the theme of hidden dangers, let's jump halfway across the globe to Sentosa Island. You probably know it as one of Singapore's top tourist spots, right? Well, Island of Death Behind is actually the translation of its dark historical name, Pulau Belakang Mati. And get this, scientists just found a creature lurking in those waters that perfectly matches that ominous title. They discovered an entirely new species of box jellyfish, officially named Chirenex Belakang Mati, hiding literally in plain sight right among all the tourists.
Now, for a long time, researchers actually confused our newly discovered friend here with a known species, Chironex yamaguchi. As we can see, they're both cubozoa, and both are highly venomous. But by really digging in, analyzing the anatomical differences, and mapping out their distinct genetics, biologists proved beyond a doubt that this is an entirely separate, new species. It just goes to show how much of our own biological backyard is still completely undiscovered.
So the crucial point here is that not everything microscopic is out to get us, right? Some of it is just endlessly fascinating. Take Pyrocystis lunula. It's a single-celled marine dinoflagellate that naturally produces bioluminescent light, but usually only in brief, unpredictable flashes. Well, bioengineers at the University of Colorado Boulder have done something absolutely wild. They've essentially embedded these living organisms inside a specialized gel and coaxed them to glow on command when exposed to chemical stimuli, like changes in acidity.
So why does this matter? By figuring out how to trigger continuous bioluminescent light from these cells, we are basically looking at the foundational tech for revolutionary, battery-free gadgets. Seriously, imagine a fleet of undersea robots illuminating the darkest depths of the ocean without ever needing a recharge. They'd be powered entirely by living, glowing marine gel. It's a perfect example of how harnessing a tiny, microscopic function can lead to massive real-world impacts. Let's move to Act 2. Earth's shifting grand landscapes, and see how this scale builds.
Welcome to Iceberg Alley, near Pouch Cove in Newfoundland, Canada. Now, every spring, this area turns into a massive tourist attraction. But the science behind these stranded ice mountains, it tells a much bigger story about our changing Earth. Basically, as global temperatures rise, especially up in the Arctic, these colossal chunks of ice break off from glaciers on Greenland's west coast. They get caught in southward ocean currents and literally park themselves right off the Canadian coast. It's a stunning but completely undeniable visual of planetary warming happening right in front of us.
Let's trace another massive environmental shift, this time in Madagascar's Betsiboka River estuary. The tragic cause and effect behind this so-called blood river is totally systemic. It all starts with nearly a century of heavy logging in Madagascar's rainforests and coastal mangroves. Without those deep root systems to hold the earth together, heavy rains just wash aggressively over the exposed, deforested land. So this iron-rich, deep red soil bleeds straight into the river, and eventually the coastal waterways become completely clogged with this thick red sediment. It is a wildly vivid illustration of human-induced erosion playing out on a massive scale.
All right, Act 3, Beyond Our World. We're leaving Earth completely now. Let's look at human engineering at its absolute finest. From 2021 to 2024, NASA's Mars 2020 mission flew the Ingenuity helicopter, which was the very first aircraft of any kind to fly on another celestial body. It was a massive historic first, relying on pretty simple sensors and cameras. Well, fast forward to the present. Engineers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab in Pasadena, California, are testing next-generation helicopters designed to carry much heavier payloads and fly for way longer periods. The ultimate future goal? Having these advanced aircraft act as vital assistants for astronauts traveling to Mars.
But to make that Martian future a reality, the engineering has to be next-level extreme. 240 meters per second. That is how fast the blades of these new test helicopters are spinning inside the JPL test chambers right now. And those chambers are designed to perfectly replicate the super-thin Martian atmosphere. To put that incredible speed into perspective, those blades are rotating faster than the speed of sound would be on the red planet. No way, right? It's just an absolute marvel of engineering, purpose-built to conquer an alien sky.
Pushing even further out into the deep cosmos, we find the Trifid Nebula. This is a breathtaking stellar nursery located 1,500 parsecs, or about 5,000 light-years away from Earth. This particular region was recently targeted by the Hubble Space Telescope to celebrate its 36th birthday in orbit, and it sets up a fascinating cosmic game of spot the difference for us.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what I mean. Comparing two images of the exact same cosmic structure, taken decades apart, reveals something mind-blowing. On the left, we've got the 1997 Hubble baseline image of the nebula's gas and dust cloud, and over on the right, the new 2026 capture. If you look closely, the subtle but totally undeniable difference is the expansion of a massive plasma jet, which is being periodically ejected by a star that is literally still forming. You know, we tend to think of space as static, right? Just frozen in time. But this proves that objects of astronomical size actually evolve and shift over just a few short decades. To bring our perspective back home for a second, check out Alvin Wu's incredible photograph. This was selected from Spain's 9th Milky Way Photographer of the Year contest. Captured down in New Zealand, this fisheye perspective shows a vibrantly blooming field of lupines that appears to just perfectly enclose our Milky Way galaxy. It's such a beautifully surreal image, mostly because it physically frames the unfathomable vastness of our entire galaxy with the delicate earthy nature of a flower field right here beneath our feet.
Which brings us to our final thought today. As we zoom all the way out from the newly sequenced DNA of a jellyfish out to the expanding plasma of a distant nebula, what hidden worlds will science capture next? From the microscopic to the cosmic, the scale of our universe is just utterly awe-inspiring, and honestly, we're still just scratching the surface. Keep exploring, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next explainer.